So when you're building the set list, did you always have like specific tracks that you knew you wanted to include, or how did that evolve as like rehearsals went on? Did you add things? Because obviously Deluxe came out like pretty close to when you started the tour.
Yeah, I think like there were a few things I always knew. For example, I knew I wanted the set to feel heavy and energetic. I have a lot of slower songs and a lot more like acoustically driven songs, but I opted to not sing many of them because I didn't want anyone to get bored. When you're doing a show that is like in such small venues, you don't really have production, you don't
Yeah.
have like stage design, you don't have crazy lights. So you really have to like keep people really engaged with just what you have. And what I have is me and my band on stage. So I'm like, if we're sitting there doing a bunch of acoustic stuff, people will probably get bored. So we kept that short. But then I knew I wanted the set to start with pretty and end with evil, like true to the album, just true to
Mhm.
the overall, theme of everything revolving around the album. So I was like, evil is a bit too sad and slow for me, which is why we started with pretty and then we end with 911. But then as I'm like saying my goodnight and my thank you, the boys start playing evil. And so I don't
Yeah.
actually sing evil, but it still is like the closing
Yeah.
music of the show. And then pretty is just so fun to open with because it starts so small and then like hits so big once the chorus
Yeah.
starts. But mainly, I just wanted to mostly play the album and the deluxe. I didn't want to do too much older stuff because I just wanted it to really feel like the Pretty Evil tour. Like, I'm here to play you the album and the new music. But I also wanted to do more of the heavier and sort of like more fun stuff from the album. And so any older songs I did keep in, which I think the only ones were Killer, Masochist, and 911. And
And
did
Dollface.
and oh yeah, Dollface, I actually ended up switching for Kerosene halfway through the tour. I'll explain that later. But all the older songs I did keep in, I was like, these need to be the fun, high energy songs that like people can, dance around to. And so yeah, that was kind of the vibe, especially with my band. I feel like we naturally make everything lean a bit more heavy rather than as pop as it sounds recorded. So yeah, I just wanted to go with that theme overall sonically.